Alright, how's it going, boys? In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some tricks for you to become a better kisser, for you to make her wet while kissing her. And tip number one is actually something you should not do is don't go on Google and search how to become a better kisser, because I want to show you something. The first tip on Google says it's all about consent. So yeah, their best tips, by the way, is written by a woman, is saying you should ask her if you can kiss her and she should say yes or no. That's the best tip. And by the way, for those that are gonna follow this advice, this is a sure way to make her never want to have anything to do with you or kiss you or go to bed with you. So don't do that. You're gonna have to be a little bit more sophisticated to read body language and to understand, is she actually interested in kissing you or not? For the love of God, don't follow those ridiculous advices. Now, listen to the advice from the expert right here. All right, so before you hop into the kiss, I want to make it very clear that you have to prepare yourself. Prepare your mouth, because you might have a stinky breath, okay? And prepare your environment. So prepare your mouth, get yourself some of those liquidy small jelly mints. You don't want to have chewing gum in your mouth, and you also don't want to have like a big mint in your mouth that you're gonna have to hide it at the back of your mouth while kissing. So get yourself something small, some of those mint papers or whatever you call them, that dissolves immediately in your mouth and makes the smell much better. And number two is about the environment. Is some girls are just not gonna be comfortable kissing in any environment, okay? So if there's a lot of people around, some girls are just gonna be shy kissing you there. So make sure to do it in a sort of intimate environment where there's not much eyes around, so that the girl can feel more comfortable with you. Now let's hop into the advanced tips that I have for you. So instead of actually taking consent from the girl, there are much better ways to actually figure out, is she interested in kissing you or not. For example, looking at her lips and giving her a signal that you are going for the kiss. Now, if she's not interested in you going for the kiss, you're gonna see her breaking eye contact, perhaps moving her face to the side, basically trying to protect her lips from you kissing them. Also, you are gonna have to get slow and go slow into the kiss. So when you are going slow into the kiss and you are looking at her lips and you are facing her directly, basically, you know, you're telling her that you're going for the kiss. And if she's not interested, guess what? She's gonna stop you. She's gonna turn her cheek. She's gonna say, no, I'm not ready, or whatever. So you really don't have to be ridiculous and ask, excuse me, can I please have consent to kiss you, miss? Because this way you're literally just showing her that you are some beta male that cannot be confident, cannot take risk, and the worst case is she's gonna turn her cheek or say that she's not ready yet. So it's not a big deal. It's gonna happen to everybody. It's much better than actually asking, because it's super childish, you know? So just don't do that. Now let's go back to the topic. So how to become a better kisser and how to potentially make her wet when you kiss her. Here's what you're gonna do. First of all, and a newbie mistake is doing things way too fast, okay? And I know why you guys are doing it way too fast. You're doing it way too fast because you want to seal the deal. You want to close it. You want to make sure that, yes, I got to the kiss. Guess what? You gotta take it slow and you gotta build the tension, because the tension is what gets her wet, what gets her horny, okay? If she's gonna say no, she's gonna say no, whether you go slow or you go fast. But just taking her and smushing your face into her face is not really gonna do it. And going too fast with a French kiss and with the tongue is also not gonna do it. She might not be ready for it yet. The oven might not be warm enough for you to insert your tongue in it. So first thing first, start with your eyes, okay? Keep eye contact while you're getting closer. Look at her lips. Focus on your breathing. Breathe slow. Hopefully your breath smells good. So actually get some mint so that when you breathe in her face, it's not gonna smell bad. And go for the kiss very slowly. Don't just smush both of your lips on her face. Start by kissing one of her lips. Just a tiny kiss, no tongue, nothing. Just kiss the lower lip, for example, and then kiss the upper lip a little bit, then kiss the lower lip on the right, then kiss the upper lip on the left. Just small, tiny kisses that build the tension and will actually make the kiss last longer and make it more interesting, because then you have more time. You can put many different techniques and tactics into the kissing and improve the whole experience for the girl. In fact, what I would suggest you do is let the girl lead the kiss in terms of the tongue. Don't let the girl start the kiss, but let her be the first to insert her tongue into your mouth. And this way it's going to be a clear consent that you can insert yours as well. But if she's putting her tongue in your mouth, don't also insert your tongue into her mouth. So it has to be like one or the other. So if she puts her tongue in your mouth, try to play around with it, try to enjoy it. And then afterwards, when she takes her tongue back, then perhaps you can put your tongue in her mouth. And in this way, you're not like one pushing against the other. Also, once you started the French kiss and you started putting your tongue in her mouth and doing all the alphabet inside her mouth, you can still, and you should, slow down afterwards. So don't go from 0 to 100 and then stay at 100. You go from 0 to 100 and then take a break. You can pull back. You can start kissing the lower lip again without tongue. Start kissing the upper lip again. Look in her eye. Put your cheek against her cheek. So you don't have to keep going super fast once you start the kiss. You can start slow, go fast, then go slow, and play around with it. Now, about the tongue movements and whatnot, you're gonna have to play around with it. You're gonna have to feel what the girl likes and what she doesn't. What I'm gonna tell you here is that you have the rest of your body to improve the kiss. Okay, a lot of people just kiss and they might, grab the girl's waist or whatever, or hug the girl. That's all cool and fine. But you can use your hands and your body to actually improve the kiss and make it much harder and much more interesting for the girl. And I'm telling you because I've gotten some feedback on some things that I've done by chance, and the girls afterwards told me that they were just super turned on by those tactics or by the things that I did. So the things are gonna be by using your hands basically. So what I want you to do with your hands is I want you to touch the girl on different spots on her body. One of my absolute favorite spots, and that gets almost any girl aroused, is touching her on her cheekbone right here. So you can just grab her like this, very, very softly, very gently while you're kissing her. Be aware of the makeup that she has on her face, okay? So don't smush your hand all over her face, especially if she has a thick layer of makeup. It's gonna freak her out. But gently touching her chin right here, which usually she shouldn't have that much makeup there, touching her chin and playing around with it, and perhaps touching her neck, that's gonna make her much more aroused. It's a very romantic thing that girls really enjoy. I do it subconsciously, I don't know why. I just really like girls that have like defined cheekbones, so I enjoy playing around with it, but that's something you can do. Another thing you can do is placing your hand on her neck, but there is something even better than that. So when you place your hand on her neck, you can go with your fingers inside her hair. Now again, you have to be careful with those things because depending on her hair, if she has extensions, she's gonna freak out. If she has natural hair and it's kind of, okay, she didn't put too much stuff on it, it should be fine, but you really have to be aware of doing that. So you have to put your fingers inside her hair, the back of her head, and either you can hold it gently or you can slowly just move your fingers and sort of give her some nice massage on the back of her head, and that's also very arousing. It's a very sensitive area. That's why they have those head massagers, for the face, and they feel amazing. So you can do the same thing just using your hand. Now, another thing you can do is holding her back right here with your hand. And I'm not just saying put your hand over it. At the beginning, you gotta put your hand over it. If it's your first kiss, don't just go from 0 to 100 again. But after you put your hand on it and she's comfortable with your hand there, you can start just like sort of massaging or pulling the skin a little bit, just giving her a sensation on different parts of her body, and that's gonna enhance the whole experience. Now, one thing that guys forget to do when they are doing a French kiss is realizing that you can still, and it's appropriate to kiss the girl on other parts besides her lips while you're French kissing her. So another thing you can do, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video is you go from slow to fast to slow. So when you go to the slow, not only you can just kiss her on the lips without tongue and whatnot, but you can also brush your cheeks against her cheeks. You can kiss her on the cheeks. It's something very cute, very nice to do, you know, non-threatening sort of. Also, at the beginning, if she is not comfortable with you going for the lips, but she gives you the cheek, maybe she's comfortable with you kissing the cheek. In fact, the cheek is something that, you know, some people, that's how they greet each other, even in like a non-sexual way. So you can give her some kisses on her cheek, be it at the beginning or while you're slowing things down after you start the French kiss. You can go from the cheek to around her ears. That is an extremely sensitive part, so you really have to be careful with it. Don't go too hard there because she might freak out. So you can kiss her ears very slowly. You can kiss her neck if she's comfortable with it. Those areas you're already going into the red zone because they are like super sensitive. And I'm not saying red zone as something bad. I'm saying red zone as something that is extremely arousing. So it's really going to turn her on, and she might be ready for it, she might not. Probably gonna give you a signal if she's not. If it's too ticklish, she's probably gonna start laughing and like pull away. And so if she gives you those signals, it's fine. You know, you can perhaps slow down, do it in a softer way perhaps, or come back to the lips, but try playing around with those things. Try breathing into her ear. So you don't have to be kissing it all the time. The breathing, the air just coming out of your mouth into her ear is very arousing. When she hears your breath and listens to how you breathe. Also, the ear is so sensitive, it has like tiny hairs on it, that she will feel your breath there. Like, it is extremely arousing. So you can actually play around with that as well. One last thing I am going to give you, and this is one of the most sensitive areas, already getting into the sexual kind of direction. So you have to do them only when you know for sure that the girl is kind of ready for you to sort of escalate things forward. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to go grab a girl's ass or whatever, but something you can do is something in between. So you can go to her lower back, to the love handles, and that is a spot that is extremely sensitive, and it's going to trigger some sexual thoughts in the girl's head because they're called the love handles. And when you grab them, all the girl is gonna be thinking about is how you're gonna be grabbing them when you're gonna be clapping those cheeks. Again, this is danger zone. She might not be comfortable with you doing that at the beginning, but if she was comfortable with you doing that at some point, that is a huge green flag, which means keep going. I might be ready to sleep with you tonight. It's also something like very playful because it's not exactly her ass and it's also not her back, it's somewhere in between. So she kind of knows what you're doing, but she's not really sure. And this area of uncertainty is very exciting for girls because she's really not sure what's gonna be your next move. Are you just touching her back? Are you planning to touch her ass? Or did you land on the love handles by mistake? So this uncertainty is actually pretty exciting for the girl, but you really have to be cautious with this last spot on her body because, as I mentioned, this is getting into sexual zone already. So those are pretty much all the advices I have for you, advices that I've gained through years and years of experience. I hope they can help you out. Next time you're on a date, you are with a girl you like and you want to improve the kiss, you want to make it the best kiss she ever had, because trust me, for girls, kissing is sometimes even more important than the sex itself. So make sure to nail the kissing part. Also, it's sort of like a transitional thing into sex, and if you're like a good kisser, it's almost as if she kind of knows that you're gonna be good in bed. At least she knows that you're gonna be half good in bed, because even if you kind of suck, you're gonna be a good kisser in bed, so that's already half of the fun. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below in which other ways would you like to become better with girls. I might be making videos on those things as well. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.